Hola amigos, how's it going my lovely people out there and all my favorite subscribers here to watch another video again. So in this series I'm going to be pumping out 4 videos, each covering 5 questions of the mock 2016 paper associated to a business maths final paper. Well, without wasting too much time, I will jump straight in and cover the first 5 problems starting from now. So what do we have here? In question 1, it tells us that Anna and Bill share £40 in the ratio of 2 to 3. Does Bill receive £25? So what's this telling us? We know straight away that Anna and Bill can be represented as Anna and Bill, AB, and they both get the amount 2/3, 2 to 3. We know that the sum of these total parts would equal the amount of £40. So we could straight away say that 2 plus 3 parts equals 5 parts. And these 5 parts equal £40. So guess what we have to do here now? Well, that's right. We need to calculate 1 part. Hence, we'll be able to find 3 parts, which is associated to Bill, the 3 parts he gets. So to get 1 part, we're going to have to divide both sides by 5. So 1 part is associated to 40 divided by 5, which is, on the calculator, £8. And hence, to get 3 parts, we just need to multiply this term by 3. So for Bill, his 3 part share would equal 8 times 3, which is £24. Fairly simple, guys. So hope this helps, and let's move on to question 2. Okay, for question 2 now. There are 300 boys and girls in the cinema. 1/6 are boys. The total number of girls are, and we go fill out the blank here. So let's work this out. The question tells us that there are 300 boys and girls in cinema, and we know 1/6 are boys. Okay, so this implies that the number of boys in cinema would equal 1/6 of 300. Okay, this was associated to the number of boys there. So 1/6 of 300. Straight away, the word of in mathematical notation actually means times. Okay, when you have something of another amount, what they really mean is 1/6 times 300. Okay, in the calculator or using mental maths, 1/6 of 300 will give us 50 boys. So that's not really many boys in the cinema with a bunch of girls. So if there's 50 boys in the cinema out of 300, so we can say there are a total number of 300 minus 50 boys, and this will give us 250 girls. So really, I mean, I don't know what kind of cinema this is, but why am I not there? There's 5 times as many girls as boys, so the final answer is the total number of girls are 250. And that's it. Easy question again, so let's try number 3. Alright guys, question number 3. So Arwen buys a car for £4,000. The value of the car depreciates by 10% each year, so it's going down every year by a amount of 10%. The value of the car after 2 years is ... So in this case, the question is quite clear. Our car initially cost £4,000, and we want to decrease it by an amount equivalent to 10% of the car for the first year, and then in the second year, 10% of the next amount to get our final solution. So what we could say, in year 1, the car is initially £4,000 and it decreases by 10%. So to decrease it, think of 4,000 as 100% of the value. If you minus it by 10%, you have 90% of the value. So we can multiply this by 90. And this will give us the value of the car after 1 year. And just in case you guys might know this, we should know that 90% is also the same as 0.9. So you could also say 4,000 times 0.9. Hence, in the calculator, putting this down, we should give us 3,600. And that would be the car after 1 year. Now, for the second year, using the same value, 3,600, we're going to decrease it again depreciate by another 10%. So we want to times this by, again, 0.9 or 90%. And this, according to my lovely pink calculator should give us 3,600 times 0.9, a true value of 3,240. And that's how we do it, guys. That this is all about depreciation. You just think of the value of 100% and subtract it by 10% and multiply it head on. That's it. Now the next question. So these are called simultaneous because you have two combinations of equations with the following pairs of x and y. And the aim is to solve these to obtain a value for x and a value for y. Okay? So straight away, let's go straight into this. So in this one, I've already labeled equation A and B for the following. The idea is to multiply these by a certain amount to make the coefficients of x the same. So the coefficients are the values here, okay? We know it says 3 and 2. And the easiest way to do this is to consider the second value coefficient and multiply this across the whole equation. And then consider the 3 and multiply all of this by 3. So what I could say, just to kick things off, for equation A, we multiply this equation by 2. So when I say multiply by 2, I mean the whole thing. So don't leave any man behind. And equation B, multiply the entire equation here by 3. Okay, so easy as that. And now all you need to know is your algebra. If your algebra is not up to speed and probably kind of sucks at the moment, then I'll try and recommend some videos after this video. Okay, so let's try and kick this off now. So for equation A, multiplying the whole set of equation by 2, we could say that for equation 1, equation A, 3x times 2 is 6x, 2y times 2 is 4y, 8 times 2 here is 16, and that's it. That's equation A done. Now for equation B, multiplied again by 3. So 2x times 3, 6x. 5y times 3, 15y, okay? Notice that I'm just copying the signs here. And lastly, minus 2 times 3, minus, oopsie. Okay, that was a fail that just dropped on me. So minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. Okay, resuming, it just dropped, so that was a bit of a fail. Okay, so again, this is minus 6. Now, since we reached the stage, since we're using the process of elimination, this is solving simultaneous by elimination, we want to eliminate the similar terms. So knowing that 6x take away 6x is going to be 0, since that's the aim of this, we can easily proceed to this simultaneous. So 4y subtract 11y. Okay, so because we're subtracting from a bigger number, 4 take away 15 is minus 11y. I would just stick with a calculator to avoid any mistakes if you have one. Now this one, 16 minus minus 6. So it sounds kind of weird, but 16 minus minus 6 is not minus anymore. It becomes a plus. I like to think as 2 plus and smash them together, you get a plus. 2 negatives smash together, you get a plus. So put one on top of each other, okay? Easy as that. 16 minus minus 6 therefore is 22. And the 0 can go away because it doesn't mean anything. And lastly, find the value y. So therefore, to remove this minus 11 that's multiplied to the y, we can divide it by minus 11 to both sides. So minus 11, so 22 divided by minus 11 is minus 2. And that's it, y is solved. And now to obtain the value of x, all we have to do is substitute this y equals minus 2 into x, any single equation of these 4 equations we have here. So let me just rub these things out and start smashing y equals minus 2 into something else. So let's pick the first equation because I like it. It looks kind of clean and easy. So copying the equation 3x plus 2y and replacing y with the value of minus 2, we can simply get this equation. So it's the same thing except y is now minus 2 because it's defined. Now what this means is, this means 2 times minus 2, okay? So it's not 2 take away 2. It's 2 times minus 2 because it's enclosed in a bracket. So this value is technically minus 4. So what we have now is 3x minus 4 equals 8. Now to solve this algebraically, again, you need to be familiar with algebra or else this will be a painful task. So to get rid of minus 4 on this side, we got plus both sides by its opposite, which is plus 4. So plusing 4 and plus 4 This will go, and plus an 8, so become 12. So 3x equals 12. See, really convenient. And now, again, like we did for y, this is 3 times x. To isolate the 3, we need to divide it by 3. So divide both sides by 3, this goes, and then you have 12 divided by 3, which is 4. And that's it, guys. Our final solutions for the pair for x and y. So for here, x equals 4 and y equals -2. And this solved the system of simultaneous equations. Good. So this is a tricky one, okay? I expect you guys to follow this quite deeply and try and see my other videos related to simultaneous equations. I'll post in the link below. So let's move on to the final one, number 5 for this set. Okay, and finally question 5. So in this one, Eddie bought perfume for 50 euros. I'm gonna guess that perfume came from Italy because I know Italians definitely like to definitely smell pretty good compared to most of the world. Okay. Hope nobody else gets offended by that. Now, the cost of the same perfume in London was £42. The exchange rate is £1 equals 125 euros. Now, what this means that the value £1 in today's currency is equivalent for exactly 1.25 euros. It's a comma there because in most European countries they put a comma instead of a dot like we do. And of course, and guess where they put a dot? That's right, it's for the thousand separators. Anyway, who cares? In this part, we need to find the difference in pounds. In other words, the difference between this £42 and this 50 euros. So the cost in Italy is 50 and the cost in London is £42. We just want to see what is the true difference. Okay, so first things first, we need to convert 50 euros. Now, get my pen out. 50, so using this multiplier, the way I explain to my students, if you're on the pounds and going to euro, you multiply. So if you're on the small amount going to the non-1 amount, you multiply. But if you're on an amount returning to 1, you divide. So when you return, you divide. When you're going into, you multiply, okay? So returning is dividing. You know, it may not make sense, but to me, that's how I teach my students. So returning is dividing. So we're going to return to pounds. So to return to pounds, hence we need to divide by 1.25. Okay, and this would give us the pound equivalent. Likewise, if we want to go to euros, we could just say 42 times 1.25. Again, this would convert to euros, but for the purpose of this question, nobody cares about the euro currency. We only want the pounds. So 50 divided by 1.25 in the calculator should give us, and this from my head, 40 pounds. So yeah, that goes to show that Italian perfume, despite people smelling nicer, is a lot cheaper than buying perfumes in London. And the difference between 42 and 40 pounds is therefore a difference of £2. So you save £2 in Italy, assuming you can deal with changing money all the time. And that's it, guys. This is the end of the 5 questions. I hope this helped, and good luck for the next 15. Adios, and smell nice.